Hello guys and welcome back to another locomotive review, and today we have this lovely Hornby J94. So this was given to me by my good friend Kelly Ashford to join the ever expanding collection, and it is a LNER J94 or a Austerity, depends on years and whatever you want to call them, but they're basically the same loco. And this one is in this striking National Coal Board blue livery. It is named Wimblebury. It is a preserved example, I believe, and it's an old Hornby model, but they're still pretty good. I do think that somebody in the future should do a fully super detailed one, new tooled one, because the EFE ones are XJ Jones DJM locos, and they're not very good. But yeah, this is a Hornby one, and it is a great addition to the collection. So we're going to run through the detail, do a bit of a running session, and just have a dead quick review of it. So let's get to it. So as usual, we're starting off with the detail, and as you can see, it's actually quite good. Especially you can see lots of things are picked out in different colours as well, so that also helps them stand out. But if we start at the front, obviously you've got all the riveted detail on the buffer beam, including you have sprung buffers as well on that buffer beam, which is quite cool, especially for a slightly older locomotive. You can see all the riveted detail here. You've got the lamp brackets as well, which are picked out in a different colour to the locomotive, so they stand out really nicely, really well moulded. You have the red smoke box dart. Now it's not a separate fitted piece, it is part of the moulding, but because it's picked out in red, it does look quite good. You have all the lining around the front of the saddle tank, which looks fantastic. And you've got the handrail as well at the front, which is metal and separately fitted, including the ones across the side. You've got a couple along the side of the tank there as well. Lots of moulded detail where you need it. You have the water tank moulded, cap moulded at the top, dome. You've also got whistles as well, which aren't metal or separately fitted, but they are picked out in a decent gold paint, so they actually look quite realistic. Have all the lining across the side, which is like black and then yellow, but you probably can't see the black, I'm not sure. You might be able to actually. But it looks fantastic with this blue colour. Then you've got Wimblebury picked out on the side. Not extra anything, but you wouldn't expect that on a loco like this anyway. But it is nicely done, and it looks very, very fine and very, very well detailed, so that's good. You have a handrail underneath of the saddle tank as well in a weird place. No detail in the middle picked out, but that's just age related as well, so nothing. But it is also a tiny gap, so it's probably not really worth the effort to do that. You have the reverser rod picked out in this bright red colour, which makes it stand out massively, especially considering that it also matches the connecting rods, which are red, and the axles, which are painted in red as well, which looks fantastic. Loads of moulded detail across the back here as well, and you've got the steps, which are done quite nicely as well, and then tiny little handrails across the side of the running plate, and then you've got the yellow lining across that as well, which looks fantastic. Not die cast or anything, but it is quite a heavy loco because of the internals, so they're quite powerful. So moving to the back, you've got the handrails on the cab. You've got all the riveted detail, which looks fantastic. You've got the number picked out, which on this occasion is number 7, and you've got the builder's plate. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see those. They are legible, but maybe the camera will pick those out. See if we can zoom in on that. I don't know. Oh, I can actually. It does actually. Ooh, registered by the something 1952 by the railway executive number 80 1952. Pretty cool. So it does actually think, and then you got the Leeds one at the back as well, and the NTB. So yeah, it does actually pick that out, which I'm surprised. So yeah, pretty well. Well, pretty fine. I mean, it is tiny. If you look at it with your eyes, you can't really see it. But that shows how well printed that is if you can get it on a camera. So, and it is actually fully legible. So anyway, cab detail, there is some. It's not picked out or anything in paint, but it is actually really well detailed in terms of the moulding. It looks fantastic in there. Just a pity it isn't painted to stand out more. You have the sort of like all the levers and stuff as well. You've got the all the little extra bits inside. You got glazing on the front, and you've got the sort of like grill effect on the rear, and then you've got the coal, which is looks like it's removable. I'm not sure if it is, but it does look it, but it's probably not. And then across the back you have moulded lamp lamp bracket, and then you've got all the yellow banding picked out as well, which looks fantastic. And you've got the same set of sprung buffers at the back, which is nice to see. And then you've got the handrails on the cab. So yeah, it looks fantastic. It's a great logo. In terms of its age, it's actually quite well detailed, and I do like it a lot. So we'll get it onto the track and we'll give it a run. I'm not sure what we'll couple it up with yet, but we might just do something heritage style, whatever. Just get some coaches or something, because that's what these pull often. So might as well. So we'll see. Let's get to the track anyway. So there is the Hornby J94 then, looking splendid in the sun today as well, because it's actually quite nice for England for once. And we're going to give it a test run in a second. I've got to turn the lecky on, so bear with. So there we go. We'll see what this loco runs like at slow speed. So if we get a nice close up so you can see it. I'm going to run it on the non-feedback controller because it's like the older loco and it runs better on that. I mean, that is actually moving. It's actually moving. It cogs slightly, but that's impressive. How that's actually moving. And it's actually reasonably smooth. It is cogging slightly, but it's not bad. I've seen like £250 locos do worse slow speeds than this. That's actually really, really good. It is on the loud side, but it runs really, really well. That is very impressive slow speed. So, I will couple up some coaches to this, or something, I'll see. And then we will enjoy a bit of a running session with it, and then conclude the video. So, let's get to it. So, we've gone sort of heritage style with just some BR Mark ones, because it's just easier. Yeah, so it's got 3, but it'll pull a lot more than that. But we'll just enjoy running for a little bit. So let's go. Make sure it's going the right way. No, it isn't. It's going the wrong way. There we go. Usual. I always manage to do that for some reason. So let's go. Yeah, I've officially run out of loco storage, so I'm going to have to find something else to put locos in, because the sideboard is completely full. It doesn't help I've got 56 locos and I keep buying more. So it is what it is. And this is still yet to go. That's going, and I've still not yet to get rid of it, but it's going to be a while. Probably anyway. It's fantastic though, Wimblebury, doesn't it? That actually runs really, really well as well, so I'm happy. Absolutely happy. I'm chuffed with it. Really, really well. No complaints whatsoever. It looks great in that livery as well. I'll have to turn the brightness down on the phone. What the hell was going on there? It suits those coaches as well. It suits any coaches really. Makes an odd noise, but runs really well. That's the age of the loco, because it is a bit of an oldie, but it's fantastic. I'm happy with that. I'm very, very happy with it, in fact. I like it a lot more than I expected I would like, so that's good news for Kelly Ashford, because this is staying. She says, no, I'm not getting rid of this. I really, really like this. I think it looks fabulous, especially with coaches. So yeah, I do like this a lot. Might be doing a bit of a deal on the 14XXs as well. I will still be getting 14XX to replace the one I've got, but it'll be Kelly's DJM one instead of the Airfix one, so the Airfix one will probably go. But it will be in a couple of videos before it goes. I don't really want to, but I can't turn the offer down, so because it'll be daft. And Kelly really needs a green one, so it might be happening. But we have a review of that coming up soon, which is a Bachmann Auto Coach, which looks fan-dabby-dorsey, so that's why I'm doing a review of it. But I don't often do rolling stock reviews, and I've decided it's the only one of few I'm going to be doing for a long time. So that'll be coming soon. When I can be bothered reviewing the coach. But it looks amazing, so it looks fantastic. So the 14XX will feature in that, and the vintage locomotive running session, which features 3 locos from different manufacturers who no longer exist and that are classed as old in modern rail terms now, for ready to run and stuff. But that are not like triangle or anything, so still relatively up to the standards. It's probably not really true, but triangle and stuff don't count, or Ren, because I don't have those, and they're very difficult and very expensive to get hold of. But one is Lima, one is Mainline, and one is Earthix. All 3 were bought out, and the tooling still actually exists in circulation, which is what's quite funny about that video. Earthix and Hornby, I think, Lima and Hornby, and Mainline and Batman. So I wouldn't say they're necessarily vintage, but I can't call it. Maybe classic locomotives rather than vintage. Fair enough. I would say they're classics, because they are old. I mean, you're looking at 40 years old for most of the Earthix and the Lima stuff. So, I'm going to run this for a lot longer than I normally do, just because it's so nice. It's running really, really well. It's smooth, and it is loud, but it's just nice after doing anything. That was out of focus then. So that, for example, there is a Mainline rebuilt Royal Scot. So that's going to be in the video. And then we've got the Earthix 14XX and the Lima Class 60. And they are all old. I might just call it old locomotives. It depends what you class as old, classic or vintage. I mean, classic is probably like 25, 30 years old. Vintage is like 40 plus, which is probably like Triang and Ren. And then you've got old, which is just old toolings of modern locos, which are like 15 to 20 years old, which is still some going around, like the J94 is an old tooling. The Batman Europe stuff, but the early stuff with the split chassis, they're old. So I'll probably call it a running session with my classic locomotives. I don't know. But we'll see. Depends what people take the term as. But at the end of the day, that's what they take the term as, not what I take the term as. So I would say they're classics because they are old. So anyway, right, we will conclude the J94 running session. Bang, and it's out of focus. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. There we go. So that is the lovely Hornby J94, which is a welcome addition to the collection, and in a striking colour as well. It's like a lot bluer than you would expect, like a lot more dark, but royal blue than you would expect. It's not as bright as the B2, but not as dark as like the experimental purple A4. It's a good mix in the middle, and it's not as like almost black as an S&DJR Prussian blue. So it's like, it's closer to Cali, but it's a lot more royal. It's got like a tiny hint of purple in it, but not anything crazy, and it's what makes it such a striking colour, especially with the lining as well, and the bright red accent, so it's pretty cool. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed the review. Comment down below what your thoughts on the J94 are, and if you think of any video ideas, obviously comment them down below. I will certainly try and do them if possible. But until next time, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.